WWE may not be finished building the Clash in Paris card, as another major singles bout is reportedly on the table. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, a match between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre has been discussed for this Sunday's premium live event in France, though it's not yet been finalized. Meltzer explained, "There's at least a solid chance that they're going to add Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre to the pay-per-view on Sunday. It's not 100%, but it was something that's been talked about." If confirmed, the match would continue a heated rivalry between the two top stars. Their issues reignited at SummerSlam when McIntyre and Logan Paul defeated Orton and Jelly Roll in a tag match that left plenty unresolved. Tensions rose again on the August 22nd episode of SmackDown, where Orton struck McIntyre with a sudden RKO. McIntyre later fired back online with a stinging shot at Orton's age and reputation, declaring, "Old Yeller, it's time I put you down." An official announcement has yet to be made, but Orton vs. McIntyre would add even more star power to a loaded lineup. The card already includes a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship, Logan Paul vs. John Cena, and Roman Reigns vs. Bronson Reed. Would you like to see Orton and McIntyre collide in Paris? Share your thoughts in the comments below. WWE has once again undergone backstage changes as several staff members were laid off earlier today. While full details are still developing, a new report has shed more light on the situation. Since WWE's merger with Endeavor and the creation of TKO, the company has been in a constant cycle of restructuring. Multiple rounds of layoffs have already taken place over the past year, and now another wave has reportedly hit. According to Sean Ross Sapp, the latest cuts were confirmed to be behind-the-scenes personnel rather than in-ring talent. "I'm told that there were a few layoffs in WWE today as a result of restructuring. I've heard of no talent releases," Sapp reported. The news comes at a time when fans remain sensitive to the idea of cuts, given WWE's history of sudden talent releases over the past few years. Triple H, who currently serves as Chief Creative Officer, is the key figure in deciding which superstars stay or go. However, his direct involvement in these particular staff layoffs is unclear, though his influence in the company operations is undeniable. With WWE continuing to adjust under TKO's leadership, these changes could be a sign of further restructuring still to come, especially as the company heads into its busiest stretch of the year. Yet another shocking clip from the independent scene is going viral after former WWE star Real One, formerly known as Enzo Amore, appeared to knock out a fan during a match. The incident took place during a fourth rope wrestling event where Real One was competing. Suddenly, the camera captured Real One throwing a punch at a fan, who immediately dropped to the ground and appeared to be legitimately knocked out. Concern spread quickly as nearby fans rushed over to check on the man, while Real One casually walked back into the ring to resume the contest. Inside the ring, Real One attempted to hit his finisher but was countered into a submission. He managed to crawl towards the ropes to break the hold, and as the camera cut back to the outside, the knocked out fan was seen standing and talking to others. It became clear the spot was a work rather than a real altercation. The clip quickly went viral on Instagram, drawing reactions across social media. One comment even pointed out that the fan involved was Mark from the Joe Budden podcast, adding another layer of intrigue to the staged spot. The drama wasn't over though. With the referee distracted, Real One hit his opponent with a low blow before scoring the pinfall victory. The arena erupted in holy chants, with fans initially worried about what they had witnessed, but then relieved when the fans stood up unharmed. The moment served as a reminder of wrestling's unique ability to blur the lines between reality and storyline. In this case, the shock factor elevated the atmosphere, though such spots can just as easily cross into controversy if not executed carefully. Disturbing new allegations have come to light involving Vince McMahon and the late WWE star Ashley Massaro. The claims surfaced during comedian and former WWE writer Dan St. Germain's appearance on the B & Ian podcast, where he accused McMahon of engaging in public sexual acts with Massaro during a European tour. According to St. Germain, the incident began on the company plane when McMahon initiated sexual behavior with Massaro. The situation escalated once they landed, as McMahon allegedly ordered the entire WWE crew onto the tarmac. St. Germain stated that the roster and staff were left standing outside as the plane rocked back and forth while the act continued inside. St. Germain went on to provide further descriptions of what he claimed had happened, though those graphic details will not be covered here. Ashley Massaro's career in WWE was already marred by controversy and painful experiences. Following her tragic death in 2019, an affidavit emerged in which she alleged that WWE helped cover up a sexual assault she suffered at a military base during a 2007 WWE tour. At the time, WWE firmly denied the accusation, while John Laurinaitis publicly distanced himself from any involvement. Taken together, Massaro's prior claims and these new allegations from St. Germain paint a troubling picture of how she was treated during her time with the company. Beyond her personal story, the accusations once again highlight long-standing concerns about WWE's backstage culture and McMahon's unchecked power behind the scenes. This is a developing story, and if more individuals step forward with similar accounts, the backlash could prove severe. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Ethan Page's future in WWE may be heading toward Friday nights if recent internal discussions are any indication. Coming off their victory at NXT Heatwave 2025, where Page and Chelsea Green defeated Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele in a Canada vs. USA tag team match, the duo's momentum has quickly become a major talking point behind the scenes. According to WrestleVotes on X, officials are already exploring the idea of moving the Canadian pairing to SmackDown. Hearing several within WWE would like to see the current pairing of Chelsea Green and NXT North American champion Ethan Page appear on SmackDown in the near future, as their chemistry on NXT TV has impressed many. Additionally, some believe this newly minted Canadian faction would quickly establish Page as a key player. Speculation around Page's next step has been building for months, with many expecting a main roster call-up to be on the horizon. His alliance with Chelsea Green has only strengthened that buzz, as their chemistry has been praised by both fans and those within the company. With Page currently holding the NXT North American Championship and Chelsea already established as a proven act on the main roster, a move to SmackDown could be a game changer for the Blue brand in short order. Do you think Ethan Page and Chelsea Green are ready to make the jump to SmackDown? And who should be Ethan's first feud? Let us know how you'd book their debut in the comments below. Chris Jericho's most recent match came at AEW Dynasty on April 6th, where he dropped the ROH World Championship to Bandito. Shortly after, on Dynamite, he walked out on the Learning Tree's Big Bill and Brian Keith, a segment that effectively wrote him off television. Since then, he has not returned, sparking questions about his status within AEW. Conflicting reports have only added to the mystery. While Jericho is still under contract with AEW through December 2025, speculation is mounted that he could be considering a WWE comeback once his deal runs out. Jericho himself has admitted in past interviews that he would be open to a WWE return under the right circumstances, and many within both companies believe this move is inevitable when he becomes a free agent. AEW President Tony Khan addressed Jericho's status during the ROH Death Before Dishonor media call, making it clear how highly he values him. So if and when the time presents itself, hopefully I would love to have Chris back, and I think the world of him. And Chris Jericho's always in the highest of standing with me and with AEW and ROH, where he's been a great champion, a great ambassador, and a great leader, and a great friend to all of us, and Chris Jericho's a huge part of our companies here, so thanks for asking. Khan's comments underscore that AEW wants to keep Jericho, especially at a time when the company has already lost notable names. Most recently, Blake Monroe, better known as former AEW star Mariah May, departed once her contract expired in May 2025. Still, reports on Jericho's future remain mixed. AEW commentator and longtime friend Tony Schiavone recently addressed the rumors on his What Happened When podcast. He revealed that he had not heard any discussions backstage about Jericho leaving. If there's smoke to that fire, it's not been thrown my way. I was backstage with Tony Khan most of this entire trip for Forbidden Door. Chris Jericho's name was not mentioned, but that doesn't mean anything. If Jericho's silence wasn't enough, his recent social media activity has only stirred speculation. He liked a post teasing a WWE return and shared a throwback clip from his 2013 Royal Rumble appearance, leading many fans to believe he could be hinting at a surprise comeback in the 2026 Royal Rumble. Jericho last appeared in a WWE ring in April 2018 during the Greatest Royal Rumble event. Adding more intrigue, on August 27th, Jericho posted a photo of himself with the word contemplation on X, leaving fans and insiders to wonder if he's truly weighing his future between AEW and WWE. WWE, on the other hand, has been fueling speculation in its own subtle way. The company's official YouTube Vault channel recently uploaded classic Jericho matches against Roman Reigns and John Cena. While it could simply be standard archival content, many fans immediately connected it to the ongoing rumors and saw it as a potential hint at a WWE return. At 54 years old, Jericho remains one of wrestling's most talked about figures, and the uncertainty surrounding his next move has only heightened the anticipation. The question remains, will Jericho make a dramatic return to WWE in 2026, or will he commit to another chapter in AEW? Kevin Owens is currently sidelined with a neck injury, but that hasn't stopped the WWE superstar from going viral after a photo of him at the Daytona International Speedway surfaced online. The popular wrestler was shown taking the event in, but he looked noticeably slimmer, which led many fans to believe that he had dropped a lot of weight during his time away from the ring. However, in typical Owens fashion, he addressed the situation with humor by posting a message to say, "Guys, stop panicking, I'm still fat. Everyone needs to calm down." KO's response showed that he's still in good spirits as he continues rehabbing his neck injury, though it's possible the photo simply caught him at a flattering angle. Do you think Kevin Owens has actually lost weight based on the picture? And are you excited for his eventual return to WWE? Let us know in the comments section. The wrestling world has been rocked lately by the shocking incident that saw Raja Jackson assault Syko Stu in the middle of a match, which has left the independent wrestler hospitalized, and the fallout is continuing to be felt. During an appearance on Masters of Wrestling, Doug the Epic spoke about the future of KnokX Pro, where the incident occurred, and confirmed that Rikishi plans to overhaul the entire school. He revealed that KnokX Pro has lost many students since the incident, which he admits is heartbreaking due to his respect for Rikishi, but students have obviously decided they'd prefer to learn elsewhere after such a shocking situation unfolded. This could also be linked to the fact that WWE removed all of its affiliation with the promotion, making it clear they don't want anything to do with KnokX Pro at the moment. Doug has also lifted the lid on the LAPD's investigation into the situation, confessing that he spoke directly with a detective involved in the case, as the officer wanted to hear from everyone who was physically present in that moment. He didn't hold back when describing what he saw to the officer, as he revealed that the LAPD isn't just focusing in on Raja, but anyone who has been seen on video making comments or delivering instructions to him. One man who was caught on camera telling Raja to get his receipt was AJ Mana, who has since revealed that his relationship with KnokX Pro Wrestling Academy is beyond repair. Mana spoke to the F Y'all podcast about the incident and revealed that he made an effort to check on Stu after everything unfolded. However, he was essentially pushed out by others associated with the company, making it clear that people had already turned against him. Mana felt that people were placing the blame on him for what happened in what became an uncomfortable situation for him, as he was told to go home from the hospital. AJ stressed that he's heartbroken over what happened, and he opted to leave the hospital as he felt like he was becoming a scapegoat and was walking into a trap that was going to negatively impact him. AJ has lost his real-life job over this assault and made clear that he's no longer going to be pursuing wrestling, but that doesn't mean he's going to sit down in silence over what has happened, as he's preparing for a legal battle. Mana has claimed that he is going to countersue if necessary, as he's revealed that he has the original unedited footage of what happened backstage that proves his side of the story, believing the viral clips are intentionally misleading people. The clip shows him telling Raja to give Stu a receipt for crushing a beer can on Jackson's head earlier in the day. It has led people claiming that he's involved in what unfolded, but he stated that he has a damn good lawyer who is prepared for anything. It's a situation that has many layers right now and is unfortunately set to worsen before it improves, as the full impact of what happened hasn't yet been fully felt in terms of its ramifications. Hulk Hogan's death is one that rocked the entire professional wrestling industry, and it's something that his widow is still dealing with at the moment, and she has started to plan a lawsuit during her grieving period. TMZ Sports has learned that Sky Daily is intending to file a lawsuit against at least one of Hogan's doctors and potentially others related to the neck surgery he underwent in May. The lawsuit is expected to center on claims of medical malpractice linked to that procedure, with Sky believing Hogan's phrenic nerve was compromised during that operation. This is a part of the body that helps to control breathing, and that may have played a significant role in Hogan's eventual death on July 24th, which was labeled as a cardiac arrest situation. The fact that there is potential medical malpractice involved in Hogan's death will only make his untimely passing harder for people to accept, but hopefully Sky Daily filing a lawsuit will allow her to gain some peace. WWE's upcoming deal with ESPN's streaming service is something that fans are looking forward to, as the company's premium live events will be moving to the platform starting with WrestlePalooza, and fans have had a teaser of what to expect. ESPN's direct-to-consumer service has quietly rolled out full sections dedicated to WWE content, featuring specific hubs for WWE Raw, Raw Highlights, WWE Vintage, NXT, WWE SmackDown, and Main Event. It's given fans an idea of what things will look like ahead of the official billion-dollar deal launch in September. While not everything will move to ESPN, as Saturday night's Main Event and NXT PLEs will remain on Peacock, the majority of content will be available on that platform, which is why the small teaser has created so much excitement. AI is slowly rising in the world of social media, and while there can be many positives that come with that, there are also many negatives, as Roxanne Perez has sadly learned this week. The Judgment Day star has been a victim of fake photos of herself being created, sitting backstage and posing, with the popular social media account Fade being the one who uploaded it. Perez was clearly unimpressed by the situation though, as she called him out for it by confirming that the picture wasn't real, while adding that the whole thing was very weird, which led to it being deleted immediately. Unfortunately, there was a lack of apology to the young wrestler, which is the least she deserved for being treated in this manner. It's an issue that's becoming increasingly common for female wrestlers, with images being created of them without their permission, which is something that will hopefully be addressed with new laws moving forward to provide people with more protection. Elsewhere in the world of wrestling, one of the most respected referees has officially retired from the business, at least for the most part. Mike Chioda is a legendary figure in the wrestling business, but his post-WWE career has been relatively quiet since his release from the company in 2020, with only a handful of appearances made since then. He had appeared in AEW and officiated at Ric Flair's last match event in 2022, which he claimed at the time was the last chapter of his book, hinting at retirement. Now, in an interview with Chris Van Vliet, the former WWE referee responded to whether or not he has retired from officiating. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if there's a match or two or something like that, I'll do here and there. Ric Flair's last match I had done a match at the Jersey Shore for Fight Factory and for New Jersey. So it was nice to get down there, and those guys are great at Fight Factory, so it's really pick and choose, but I'm doing seminars, training refs in Orlando, doing a bunch of signings and stuff. And the podcast, yeah, Monday Mailbag with Mike Chioda with Conrad Thompson on ad-free shows. They've been great to me for 4.5 years, 5 years almost. Fans will still be able to see Chioda at special events and conventions where he's booked moving forward, but for now, he's embracing his behind-the-scenes role of training referees and making podcast appearances. His career is now cemented, with Chioda having established himself as a trusted figure inside the ring, having been involved in many incredible moments over the years that will ensure his career is enshrined in history. We're ending with ROH news, as Tony Khan has provided an update on why there have been no updates on the previously announced ROH Women's Pure Championship tournament, which still hasn't taken place. During an ROH Death Before Dishonor media call, Dave Meltzer asked Khan about this, and he revealed that he originally had plans for Syuri in ROH, but she suffered an injury in her first appearance, which has caused an issue. Khan confirmed that the bracket for the tournament had been set, but then this week, he was forced to delay the announcements even longer due to more injuries impacting what he had planned. Another issue Khan has encountered is that Queen Aminata had her passport stolen in the UK, which disrupted plans for her to appear on Wednesday. Fortunately, that issue has been resolved, and she is expected to be available for Death Before Dishonor. Initially, the ROH Women's Pure title was going to be crowned via a 16-woman single elimination tournament, with the inaugural title match taking place at Supercard of Honor, but that was pulled due to timing issues. Back on the April 24th episode of ROH on Honor Club, it was then revealed that Queen Aminata would face Serena Deeb in the first round, while Deonna Purrazzo, Tyra Valkyrie, Layla Gray, and Billy Starks were confirmed as participants in the tournament. Injuries and travel issues then delayed that, and Khan has now promised that it'll still take place regardless of all the issues that the ROH Women's Pure Championship tournament has dealt with. Fans will have to wait a little longer for the highly anticipated tournament to begin, but it appears that Khan has a plan in mind and intends to make it as perfect as possible. Who do you think should be crowned the first ROH Women's Pure Champion once the tournament starts? Sound off in the comments.